בחודש השביעי באחד לחודש וגומר. In the 7th month, on the first day of the month, and so forth, Teruah. So on the concept of Teruah, the Yom Teruah Yelachem, the day of blowing the shofar. So Chelik Aleph Bereshis Chav Daled Amud Beis Perish Inyan Teruah. So in Zohar Bereshis it explains Teruah vehiktim Inyan b'makom she'amru lahari chulu, and it prefaces by saying that in a place where our sages said, where it's said to lengthen, you're Roshei lekatzer, you're not allowed to make it short. Ki hachesed nikra chadarich, because kindness is called the long one long, like it says v'chadarich v'chad katzir, v'gvura nikra chad katzir, and the gvura is called one that's short. So in a place of chesed, you're not allowed to have the gvura. V'arachamim nikra benoni, and the rachamim is in the middle. V'chad benoni v'kamo shekaz b'torah, or Parshas Vayera, Sof Tipur HaMaschil, Pasach Eliyahu, v'atkiya hi aruka, and the shofar blast is long, it's lengthy, mipnei shi legabi chesed, because it corresponds with the kindness. It's not broken. V'ashvarim hem lekatzer, and the broken shofar blasts are shortened, mipnei shehem neged gvura, because they correspond with the strength and strictness. V'atruah benuni, and the truah that has many blasts is in the middle. Lefi shehi neged tiferes, because it corresponds with tiferes diu shalsheles, which is like a chain of many rings, oches umachria bein chesed v'gvura, that grasps and is in between and balances between the kindness and the strictness. Vayin be'inyan olam aruch bepardes erech olam, and look what's brought about the lengthy world in pardes, on the in Erech Kinoim about olam verech arich, and where it talks about lengthy. Vayin b'moi ori or aleph kuf kaf daled yud beis ve'ef shalom mar, we can say ki zeu gamkin inyan gimel sfarim shniftachim b'Rosh Hashana, that these are also the 3 books that are opened on Rosh Hashana, Shem Gamkin Chagas Al Derech Hanal, that they're also Chesed Gvur Tiferes, like the 3 shofar blasts. Mamar shekazab inyan Peter Shofar Me'arich Shemamshich Marich Anpin. Look what's brought about the idea how shofar comes from Arich, that draws from Marich Anpin. Shurav Chesed Chararich Hulu, that it draws from great kindness, which is the concept of one Arich. That Arich doesn't just mean lengthy, but it means that it comes from Arich Anpin. Ketzer in Tkiya Shvarim Teruah. So we talked about the 3 types of shofar blasts, Sem Chagas, that correspond with Chesed Gvur Tiferes Chulu, Chadarich Chulu, that one is lengthy, and so forth. V'zeu inyan Gimel Sfarim, and that's the idea of the 3 books. Right, one tzaddikim would be lengthy, and the Roshaim would be short, and the Beinonim, and the book of Beinonim would be in the middle. Zet Sefer told us Adam, book was spread about the book, the books, and on the verse that this is the book of the conduct of man. Beis Amud Kufnan Gimel Gamkin Al Derech Hanal Inyan Tashrat, the idea of Tkiya Shvarim Teruah Tkiya Kol Dodido Fake Hulu, that my beloved is knocking. Maim Ishruah Hulu, that you have water, fire, and wind. Maim Bari Chudit Tkiya Hulu, the water is in the lengthy blow of the Tkiya. Be'esha B'Shvarim Hulu, and fire in the broken blasts. Amuda de Emsa Isa Achir B'Tarvaihu, and the middle pole is united with both of them. Shalshelos Benuni, the chain of the middle. Vida Teruah called Mamadaka Chulu, and that's the shortened trua blast, which is like the soft, still voice. Lefiyam shachar de atkiyos him tarat levad. And according to the drawing down of the tkiyos, which are atkiya, true atkiya alone, sarchlius beis atkiyos, maim ruach. So that's water and the wind. If you just have tkiya and trua. Trua bechinas eish chulu, and the trua in that context would be fire, I guess. Not sure how the trua is all of a sudden fire. Or Parshas Bereishis, Tibur HaMaschil Inyan HaBrachos, Binyan Matbea Aroch. Umatbea Katzar. Look what's brought in Torah Or about the short, about the blessings in Torah Or about a lengthy blessing and a short blessing, but in a different way. Than is brought in the Zohar. Kisham Perish to Matbea Katzar. Gavoy Yoseh, that there it explains that the short blessing is higher, Shu Alma Diskas Yechul, because it's the hidden world, therefore it's shortened. Not all of it is explained and revealed. But this, according to what our sages said, that on Rosh Hashana the shofar is lengthened and the trumpets are shortened. So that implies that the lengthy one is a higher concept, like the Zohar. Vini tarat him neged gimel avos. Now tkiya trua tkiya correspond with the three avos: Avram, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov. V'Hatorah b'Sefer Bereishis hericha binyan Avraham mi Parshas Lech Lechad Parshas Chai Sarah. And the Torah in the book of Bereishis speaks lengthy, in a lengthy way about Avraham, from Lech Lecha until Chai Sarah. So that's three parshas. Yitzchak Kitzer. In Yitzchak, it only speaks about him in a short way. Yaakov Hericha b'Yoser Gam Avraham. And Yaakov, it speaks about him in a lengthy way, even more than Avraham. Ki Gvura Nikra Chad Katzir, because Gvura is called the short one. Lifi She'eker Hala Lamayla V'lo Yerid Lamata, because the main concept of if Gvura is elevation and not descent below. Masha Ein Kein Avraham Chesed Ba Inyan Be'orech, which is not the case with Avraham of kindness, so it comes down in a lengthy way. Ubi Yaakov B'Yoseh Lefi Shuti Feres Hakol El Chesed V'Gvura Mechabram Yachad. And Yaakov is even more lengthy because it's composed of both of them. The concept of Tiferes that unites them both. Valderech Zawin Tkiya Trua Tkiya, and similarly is the idea of Tkiya Trua Tkiya of you have I guess Shvarim Trua Tkiya. That's similarly is the I guess the concept of the three blasts of Rosh Hashana. First blast, second blast, and third blast correspond with the avos as well. You have the lengthy one, the shortened one, and the middle one, or the tkiya and the shvarim and the trua, like you said. Gimel Parshas Noach Taf Samach Dal Ramad Aleph Rosh Hashana Yisarus Kadma Yuba Alma. It says the first awakening is in the world. Ma'isrusa Kadma. What's the first awakening? The Basar, the based in Lasata, Disar Limidan Alma. That's the lower court of judgment that's awakened to judge the world. Perish Pe Zohari Chama, maybe Zalashona. Vahainu Hagvura. And that is to say, the Gvura is awakened first. Kinizka b'parashas Pinchas Tafish Mem Daled, Dainusod Hasmol Shemis Orel Zivug. That is the concept of the left side that's awakened for the intimate union. Lekach hu yom din. That's why it's a day of judgment. So it's talking about the concept of Gvura, that's the lower bastin, so to speak, is awakened as Gvura, is awakened first. Then comes the right side to embrace her. That's the end of the quote from there. That first you start with the left side of judgment, and then you start with the right, and then you come to the right side. And according to this, we can say that that's why it says you'll have a day of Shabbos, that is the concept of pleasure. Maybe it's talking about Yom Kippur. That is because the purpose of the judgment is in order to have revelation. That is the union of the Holy One, blessed be He, which is the fount of the souls of Israel. Meaning the Yichud is into the souls of Israel. Revelation into Malchus. The so to speak, intimacy and Yichud of Kuchibrichu and Shkinte. Also look over there. Daled Pashas Noach Tafmim Tesamad Bezva Hayom the Shunamis. And look what it's brought in Pashas Noach about that it was the day by the Shunamis, Yom Tov the Rosh Hashana. That it was the day of Rosh Hashana, and the Holy One, blessed be He, was judging the world, and he asked her, and so forth, that you need me to speak to the king for you. And she says, don't take me out of the judgment, and so forth. Look what's brought about. And Hashem remembered Sarah. So it says, when it says and Hashem, it means him and his basin. So look what it says there about him and his basin. Sham Sifalef. Dalet hey Vayera Kufya Dalet Beis. So another concept in Rosh Hashana. Inyan B'din B'Rosh Hashana. The concept of judgment in Rosh Hashanah, Vayidei Shofar, Me'orim Kol, Hakalul, Mamar. We awaken that through the shofar we awaken a voice that it's inclusive, that includes other concepts. Kol Hakalul, I guess, Chesed and Gvura. Hakalul Mamar may be a voice that includes a statement. Bashmatos Taf Ches Aleph, Bashmatos the Chelik Aleph, Simin Kafei, Tafir Aleph on Amud Beis Kasav, and the Hashmatos to the Zohar it brings Baxhodsh Ashvi'i, Lekal Bel, Lekovel Darga di Yitzchak, that the 7th month corresponds with the level of Yitzchak, the Ischaber Beiknes Israel Chulu, that the souls of Israel are attached to. In the first of the month we could say Azai Tiriv in the heart, and it brings the pasuk, then you will see and you will shine. So Yitzchak, a yichud of Gvura and Malchus. The first of the month, what does it mean? Then you will see and shine as Echad Be'echad, Zayin Hashvi. Az is Aleph, is Be'echad, and Zayin is Hashvi. So Azai, Az Tiri. I think it says Az Tiri and not Azai. So the Aleph Zayin is, the Aleph is Echad, the first of, and the Zayin is the 7th. So on the first of the Zion, the first of the 7th month, Tiri v'nahar, you will see and shine, or be shown and shine. V'zeu Hashem ori b'Rosh Hashana, and that's why we say Hashem is my light on Rosh Hashana. David Hashem ori, because of this idea as Tiri v'nahar. Yesh lahayir l'mashakaz v'li'il os beis. So because at first glance Pesach and Shavuos also has the supernal union, but doesn't have this judgment to judge the world. But this is like the difference between your first marriage and your second marriage. Amru Razal, that our sages said, Zivug Sheni lefi maisav. The second marriage is according to your actions. Like the difference between the first luchos that were given on the holiday of Shavuos, that's the idea of the first marriage. That was an awakening from above, above your arousal from below. And that's the idea of Pesach, where Hashem takes us out. The voice of our beloved is jumping, that jumps over the levels and doesn't care about our standing, where we're holding in our avodas Hashem. But the second marriage, that corresponds with the second set of tablets that were given on Yom Kippur. That corresponds with the person's actions. That according to your arousal from below, that's what you draw down the arousal from above. And the main union is the revelation that you'll have from this in the time to come. So you have the Gilui that's going to come from the Zivug of Shavuos, and you have the Gilui that comes from the Zivug of Rosh Hashana. V'lachein Sfira Rabbi Elazar, or Reish Aleph b'Tishrei Asidin Li'Gal Chulu, that he holds that we will be redeemed in Tishrei, because that's when you have the Zivug, and from it comes the Giloi. And the opinion that says that will be redeemed in Nisan, because in the days of Mashiach, the revelation will be beyond our ability, beyond what our capability to arouse from above, to arouse from below. Only it'll be a concept that the arousal from below cannot reach there. And at any rate, you have to have this judgment on Tishrei in order to have the union and the intimate connection. Because this is an arousal from below, and on the bottom it says maybe because it's an arousal from above, that it comes through the arousal from below. But nonetheless you'll have a concept of Shabbos. That's the concept of union, because Shabbos is a rest and a pleasure. And that's through the remembrance of Teruah. Meaning that you awaken from below first. But nonetheless, you still have a revelation on that day of the holy, of the encompassing concept that encompasses the worlds. So even though you're arousing from below, it still draws down from so high, from the encompassing. So even on Shabbos of Rosh Hashana. With the concept that Nisan is also called the month of Aviv, which means the letters that in their natural order, Aleph Beis, starting with Aleph Beis. And in Tishrei, the letters start Tav Shin Reish, backwards in order. That the fact that they're in order hints to the idea that we're drawing down from above to below. No, in Nisan, the fact that they're in order hints to the idea that we're drawing down from above to below. With an arousal from above, on its own. Which is not the case with Tishrei al derech mitata le'ela. That's a concept of from below to above. That through the arousal from below, we awaken the arousal from above. Although it's interesting that in the first creation, that it brings that the letters came up to Hashem from backwards to forwards. Even though that was b'chesed chinam, but maybe it was the remembering of the avodah of the tzaddikim or something. Vayin mashakasu b'Ohr Hatorah mehamagid nishmas ve'edin parshas bo al pasuk hachodesh hazelachem. Vayin mashakasu b'makomocha b'nyin tashrak shebemusaf the Shabbos. So look, the Magid has the Torah on this in Parshas Bo, and the month will be for you. And what it says about Tashrak, and that in Musaf Shabbos, the middle bracha is the letters of the Aleph Beis backwards. B'chaye Sof Parshas Tisa Kuf Nun Daled Inyan Tkiyos Shalosh Shel Shalosh Shalosh. So in B'chaye it brings that the order of Tkiyos is 3 of 3. Hem al Yidei Shnichlakim LaShalosh Mailos Shel Shalosh Shalosh. That's because it divides into 3 levels of 3. Hainu Chabad Chagas Nehi, corresponding with the 3 sets within the Sfiros. V'chein Mashma B'Zohar Parshas Vayikra Daf Yud Ches Amud Aleph Ef Shalom Al Derech V'lo B'Maimer Echad Yochol. And you can say that this is similar to the statement that with one statement he could have, the Boros could have created, Elad Tzadikim Mekaimim Umamshichim Asarim Moros, but the Tzadikim draw down with that the creation with 10 statements, and that is through these 9 shofar blasts that they draw down the extra 9. Aside from the 10, Kuf Yud Gimel B'chaye, Kaf Dalet Kuf Nun Zayin Beis, Rabos Kuf Tzadik Nun Gimel Daled. Makom from B'chaye and Medrash Rabbah about this.